The Exorcist Believer unleashes Ellen Burstyn and two demons. 50 years after William Friedkin's horror film The Exorcist, which terrified audiences, a new installment has arrived. Universal has announced that a sequel, The Exorcist, The Deception, will hit theaters on April 18, 2025. They are the first two entries in a planned Exorcist trilogy. The Exorcist The Believer features two demonic girls who become possessed after saving a would-be kidnapper. McNeil Burstyn arrives on their doorstep with a helping hand, having once had a haunted daughter herself. However, it's unclear whether the woman can actually save the two girls, who are engulfed in bloody demonic marks and pages of the Bible in the new film. Return to Hope 12 years after losing his pregnant wife in the Haiti earthquake, Victor Fielding is raising his daughter, Angela, alone. But everything suddenly changes when Angela and her friend, Catherine, mysteriously disappear into the woods and then mysteriously return 3 days later with no memory of what happened. These events lead to a chain of mysteries and mishaps that force Victor to seek answers from the dark world, and he finds the only person who might be able to help him, Chris McNeil, who has faced evil creatures before. Can these two heroes fight together against the darkness that threatens their whole existence and return to hope and light? Only time will tell. The movie The Exorcist tells a fascinating story based on the most successful novel by William Peter Blatty. This movie tells the story of Regan Linda Blair, a young girl who suddenly undergoes strange changes after being possessed by an evil being. Her mother, surprisingly played by Burstyn, also seeks out skilled priests to perform an exorcism on her daughter. Focusing on the sad yet incredibly graphic, this artwork depicts passionate and moving religious scenes. The Exorcist has not only become a huge commercial film but also shined as an Oscar nominee, taking home two prestigious awards for Best Adapted Screenplay and Best Sound. This unique work, with extraordinary artistic performances, a talented director, and an unforgettable story, will definitely take its place in the hearts of every movie lover. 5 decades have passed since the original Exorcist film, which shocked audiences with terrifying scenes, gut-wrenching visuals, and borderline performances. Now, David Gordon Green, director of the last 3 Halloween films, is helming a remake of the generic horror fantasy story The Exorcist Believer. Academy Award-winning actress Ellen Burstyn will reprise her title role as Chris McNeil, Hollywood celebrity and possessed mother of Regan McNeil. In the original film, Burstyn's character was a famous actor who had just separated from his actress wife and lived with his daughter near Georgetown. Burstyn earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress for her outstanding performance in the original film. Academy Award-nominated actor Leslie Odom Jr. will seek help from Chris McNeil as Victor Fielding, the father of a child in the grip of possession. Jennifer Nettles portrays the mother of another possessed child, and Odom Jr.'s character forms an alliance. Lydia Jewett Good Girls and newcomer Olivia Markham will play Angela and Catherine, two young girls who are possessed by a demonic spirit. Emmy Award winner and Hereditary will enter the world of horror in this film. Also, Raphael Esparge, Once Upon a Time, and Okuakpakwazili Madeline's Madeline have been cast in unknown roles, although it is not clear if the characters of Father Marin and Father Cars will be brought back into the storyline. It should be noted that the main actors had passed away at the time, so it seems less likely that the priests will return. In the trailer, a father drops off his daughter at school. However, she and a friend go missing after school. When they are found in the woods, they seem changed and unaware that they were gone for 3 days, believing it had been just a few hours. At another point in the trailer, one of the girls, covered in communion wine, walks into a church during Mass, screaming at the priest, the body and the blood. Finally, the parents call upon Chris McNeil, Ellen Burstyn, who is reprising her role from the original film as the possessed child's mother. She attempts to help the girls, one of whom has been carving Chris' daughter's name on her stomach. Halloween director David Gordon Green has used another iconic horror franchise to scare the living daylights out of us. After masterfully playing the Shape in his flipped Halloween trilogy, Green turned his eye to the most iconic horror franchise of them all. Now, the first trailer for Green's The Exorcist Believer reveals what's to come. In the trailer, the audience can see several chilling events taking place after the two girls are possessed. They begin to get involved in extremely unusual activities that scare everyone around them. When Chris McNeil sees the conditions of the girls, she immediately understands the urgency of the situation. David Gordon Green, who is working on The Exorcist, initially focused on exploring the spiritual realms of voodooism and root work. He discovered various religious interpretations of possession, including synchronized possession, and began researching and consulting experts. Green's journey took 3 years, but now he is nearing the end of the edit. Excited about the unique subject matter and the potential for a unique film, David Gordon Green is creating a sequel to William Friedkin's The Exorcist, aiming to scare a new generation with its demonic antics and ancient religious horrors. The trailer for The Exorcist Believer is inherently scary, with the fear of children disappearing and not being protected from a new force. The film features two parents who will do anything to protect their child, highlighting sacrifice and empathy. The human element and risks faced when loved ones are possessed by evil demonic entities make The Exorcist Believer 10 times scarier than any other film. The Exorcist, the trickster makes an exciting return to the horror world of The Exorcist. The story of this movie presents two demonic girls who are trapped by supernatural forces and need to be rescued. Victor Fielding, the father of one of the girls, along with Chris McNeil, who has dealt with evil creatures before, look for answers and solutions to the dark mystery, with an array of talented actors, exciting and scary scenes, and a unique story. This movie offers the audience an exceptional cinematic experience. 50 years after the release of the original Exorcist film, this sequel honors its legacy by introducing audiences to new horrors and dark mysteries, the horrors that by facing them, the director David Gordon Green has been able to bring the most iconic horror franchise to the maximum level of excitement and fear.